let's learn together how to configure DHCP server. For that, we can take any router. This is we're gonna configure the DHCP server on router. Take one switch, then take PCs 1, 2, 3. So take all. I wanted to show you, that's why we're gonna even learn together. So that's why I'm taking many PCs here. Think this is your company network. You don't want to waste money on the DHCP server configuration, buying a separate server as a DHCP. So instead of that, if you have a router, create that router as a DHCP server. So this is the one. I think I am almost there. Okay, now let me take a cable, connect the straight cable 1, so this is the way you take straight cables, connect those straight cable to your switch, because this is the packet tracer, that's why I'm connecting to the switch directly. But in real environment, maybe you have the wall mounting socket, you will connect the cable there. That socket is already connected with the switch. We are almost there. Few more connections. So DHCP server configuration is not difficult, it's very easy. This is one network DHCP server configuration. Generally we do in one company because we go with the one subnet. So that's why I'm taking this. If you want to create multiple VLAN and multiple DHCP servers, so we have to create the multiple pools and VLANs, and then we can assign that. But this is right now is as a one company. We are almost there. I'll take one more last here. One more PC last. Okay, then router to switch is a cross cable. So our connections is done. I'll go to the router interface. Our router interface, I say initial configuration, no, enable config T, then I will say interface kick 0/0. That's the interface is connecting to switch. I will say IP address 192.168.1.255.255.255.0. Then I'll say no shut. The interface is up. Now the switch also will switch interface also will come up. Then I'll say exit, I'll say IP. Always you must question mark here if you want to learn something. Can you see here? You see DHCP there? Nothing. So there is no DHCP, but I see the IP there. So I'll type IP and I'll say question mark. In IP, can I see the DHCP here? Yes, I can see DHCP. So I'll say DHCP here. Then I'll question mark again. Then in the DHCP, I'll see pool. So I'll say pool, any pool. So Cisco, and then there is a excluded IP addresses. So excluded IP addresses means you don't want to assign DHCP dynamic. So like you have internal file server, printers, anything that also is IP DHCP EX. What's going on? Oh, I'm in DHCP. Okay, so now I need to question here. Oh, so there is a network command, network 192.168.1.0 255.255.2.0. So once you assign the pool, you must go for network question mark. You are in DHCP configuration, enter. So you assign the network. Now what happens? I'll say exit and question mark. Then here is IP question mark, IP question mark, then DHCP question mark, then I'll say EXE excluded. So excluded is, now if I don't give the excluded command, so now this PC will take 192.168.1.1. Can you see 192.168.1.1? So means automatically it will be taking the leased IP from DHCP server. See 1.2, 1.3, 1.4. Okay, so 1.5, 1.6. So that means my DHCP is configured well, but what I need to do, I wanted assign manually some IP addresses that my user will not make the IP conflict. So what is IP conflict is, if you have two child, if can you give them a same name? No. So that is called the, if you give them a same name, it's called the IP conflict. So it's the same IP address. So it's 192.168.1.1 for one PC, and another PC also 192.168.1.1. So it's the same. So that is called IP conflict. So, and we have many equipments, printers, end user devices, even the servers. So we want some static IPs for that. So we must leave some space for the IPs. So we can assign manually IP addresses. DHCP server will not assign those IP address to any end user devices. So for that, I'm going to type one more command, is called IP DHCP server excluded hyphen address. Once I type that command, you will see now, and depend how many IPs you want to keep as a manually assigned, so you can provide the range. So I'm almost done here. And while configuration, if you make a mistake when you are doing the fresh, whether it's a lab or is a your company environment, no need to worry. You can always say no DHCP server, no IP DHCP server. You can remove that DHCP server. If you want, I can show you that also. And you can assign whatever the different IP address, subnet masks you want to assign. So we are done now. See, the main IP is here 1.1. So let me minimize this. Now what I'm gonna do, I'll specify the range, that IP DHCP excluded hyphen address 192.168.1. I'll say 1.1 to 192.168.1. I'll say 20. Enter. So I specified the range. So 1 to 20. Now we can assign the manual IP addresses. So I'm here, I'll say static, then I'll click DHCP. It will start with 25. So there is no one, before was 1. You see here is 2. Once I click here, it will come 26. Once I click here, it will come 27. If I click here, 28. So we configured perfect. 29. 30. 31. So our DHCP server configuration is done. Now if I want to assign the manual IP, let's say this is my server. Let me take a server here for quick. Where is the server? So this is generic server. Let's see. Let me take a server here. Now let me connect this server. I have free interface gig 0/2. Then I'll click services. Where is physical interface? Services is under desktop, and I'll say 192.168.1.1. that 1.1 is my server, and default gateway is 1.254. Thus the interface is facing to LAN network on my router gig 0/0. So done. Now what I'll do, we know this PC IP is 25. So what I'll do, I'll open here command prompt. I'll say ping 192.168.1.25. See, we got a reply from our server to PC, PC to server. The same thing, if I say I want to ping from my PC 192.168.1.1, this is my server. So the DHCP server and client configuration is done. Any difficulties, please contact me anytime. I am ready.